I was sitting in my office when my phone rang. It was my wife. But instead of hearing her voice, I heard the coldest words imaginable. I want a divorce. From now on, you'll only speak to my lawyer. My heart sank. I thought we were building a life together. But I was about to discover betrayal so deep, it would change me forever. Before I dive into this story, tell me, where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments. And if you love emotional, shocking revenge stories like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next twist. I'm Daniel, 37 years old, living in Chicago. I grew up in a hardworking family where loyalty was everything. My parents taught me that marriage was sacred, that you stand by your partner through the darkest storms. When I met Emily, I thought I had found that forever partner. She was beautiful, ambitious, and had this laugh that could light up a whole room. We got married after 2 years of dating. I worked in finance long hours, but I always made sure she had what she needed. Emily wanted to focus on her art career, and I supported her, paying most of the bills without complaint. My friends used to joke that I spoiled her, but I didn't care. I believed love was about giving. Life seemed stable, but sometimes stability is just the calm before a storm. The first cracks appeared quietly. Emily started coming home late, saying she was at art exhibits or networking events. At first, I didn't question her. I wanted to be the trusting husband. But then she became distant, emotionally cold. She stopped asking about my day. She'd roll her eyes when I tried to talk about work. I brushed it off as stress. But then she stopped wearing her wedding ring. When I asked why, she laughed and said, "Oh, I just forget sometimes." It hurt, but I ignored it. I told myself, "Don't be insecure, Daniel. She loves you." But deep down, I could feel something shifting. Things got worse. She started criticizing me in front of friends, calling me boring or too serious. She compared me to other men, wealthier, more exciting. Every word was a knife. One night, she didn't come home until 3 a.m. When I asked where she was, she snapped, "Stop interrogating me. You're not my father." That was the first time I saw hatred in her eyes. Then came the biggest red flag. She changed the password on her phone. Emily, who used to leave her phone lying around carelessly, now guarded it like a secret diary. I started losing sleep. My gut screamed at me, but I was too afraid of the truth. And then the phone call. I was at work when my cell buzzed. It was Emily. My heart jumped, hoping it was a good sign. But instead, her voice was flat, cold. "Daniel, I want a divorce. Don't call me. Don't text me. If you need to talk, you'll go through my lawyer." Before I could even respond, she hung up. I sat frozen, staring at my phone. No warning. No conversation. Just discarded like trash. I rushed home, desperate for answers, but when I got there, the house was half empty. Her clothes, her paintings, even some of our furniture were gone. And on the kitchen counter, a business card, her lawyer's. The days that followed were a blur. I barely ate, barely slept. Friends told me to move on, but how do you move on when your entire world collapses overnight? I finally met with her lawyer, and that's when the real betrayal surfaced. Emily wasn't just leaving me. She was demanding half of everything I owned. My savings, my investments, even the house I bought years before I met her. I felt gutted. She had taken my love, my trust, and now she wanted to take my future too. I kept asking myself, what did I do to deserve this? But then, I discovered the truth. And that's when heartbreak turned into rage. A mutual friend slipped up, mentioning he'd seen Emily around town, with another man. Not just any man, but her art investor. Suddenly it all clicked. The late nights, the secrecy, the contempt. She had been using me, biding her time until she could secure a wealthier partner. That was the moment I stopped being the victim. I hired a private investigator. For weeks he followed Emily, documenting her every move. Photos of her with him at restaurants, hotels, even holding hands in public. It was all there, undeniable evidence of infidelity. I knew exactly what to do with it. When divorce proceedings began, Emily's lawyer came in swinging, demanding half my assets. They painted her as the poor abandoned wife. But I stayed calm. When it was my turn, I quietly slid the evidence across the table. Photos, time-stamped reports, even videos. Her lawyer's confident smile disappeared in seconds. The judge looked at Emily, then back at me. Suddenly, the narrative changed. She wasn't the victim. She was the betrayer. Instead of walking away with half my assets, Emily walked away humiliated, with nothing but her own debts. The man she left me for? Turns out, he wasn't as wealthy as she thought. He had a reputation for using women and dropping them. Within months, he was gone. Emily went from living in my house to crashing on friends' couches. And me? I rebuilt my life, stronger, wiser, and finally free. Looking back, that phone call was the most painful moment of my life. But it also woke me up. Sometimes, love blinds us to the truth. And sometimes the people we sacrifice everything for are the ones who betray us the most. But here's the lesson I want you to take away. Never underestimate your own strength. Heartbreak can destroy you, or it can forge you into steel. Emily thought she was ending my life with that phone call. But in reality, she set me free. So tell me, if the person you trusted most betrayed you like this, would you fight back like I did?